There you go, Mickey. There you go, buddy. Oh, oh. Hey there. What's up, Kurosaki clan? It's your boy, Keon'S Kurosaki, in the building, and today I have finally returned with another wrestling predictions video. I literally have not done one since last year, back in November, for WrestlePalooza. But now I'm back, all right, and we're doing it for the Royal Rumble. Okay, this is going to be my second Royal Rumble prediction video, I think. My second one. Yeah, this year is kind of unpredictable for men's and women's. But I'm gonna try my best to give out the predictions that I think are going to be correct. And that's pretty much what predictions are. But I'm gonna try my best to give my best guess on who I think is gonna win all the matches on the card, with the given information given to me, if that makes sense. But let me stop yapping. Before we get into my predictions, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, do whatever you gotta do to interact with this video, and yeah, let's get into my predictions. Oh, I forgot the matches. The first match that I am going to be starting off with is the phenomenal AJ Styles going up against the new legend killer, Gunther. All right, Gunther. All right, the Ring General. Okay, Gunther has been on a streak of retiring wrestlers. First, it was Goldberg. Then it was John Cena. Very sad. He made him tap out, man. Anyways, let me calm down. But now he's looking to retire a third wrestler, the phenomenal AJ Styles, who has had an amazing career over all kinds of promotions in Japan, in Ring of Honor, in TNA, and WWE especially. And yeah, Gunther's trying to retire him, bruh. So pretty much, if AJ Styles loses, he has to retire. But if AJ Styles wins, he wins, I guess. But he keeps his career, at least. He gets to keep wrestling, right? So I'm going back and forth on this a lot because I just don't want him to retire. At first, I was like, he's not retiring. I was like, there's no way he's retiring this early into the year. But then they started having like these little this little mini retirement tour with him fighting Shinsuke Nakamura, and that match was so good. Oh my gosh, the match Shinsuke and AJ had on Saturday night's main event, oh, it was so good. But then he fought CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. And that was like, okay, no, please, please don't tell me he's retiring. And that match was good too, but it wasn't as good as AJ versus Shinsuke Nakamura. So I've been contemplating, are they gonna have AJ Styles retire? And apparently they had something leak where it pretty much confirmed AJ was gonna retire. But you know what? I don't believe it, okay? I don't believe nothing, all right? Because I think AJ Styles is going to beat Gunther, okay? He's not retiring this early, all right? There are so many other matches we haven't had with AJ Styles, all right? There's so many other rivalries we haven't had that AJ Styles was able to have, all right? He hasn't fought Javon Evans. He hasn't, there's more stuff, okay? There's more stuff that AJ Styles needs to do, all right? And win that world championship, all right? He needs at least one more title run before he retires, okay? So I refuse to believe he will retire, and I am choosing AJ Styles to beat Gunther, even though deep in my heart, I think Gunther's going to win. But I'm putting it into atmosphere. AJ Styles is not going to retire, and he's going to beat Gunther, all right? You took John Cena away from me. You're not going to take AJ Styles. Next up on this card is a match for the WWE Undisputed Championship between the newly crowned WWE Undisputed Champion, Drew McIntyre, going up against the winner of the #1 Contenders match on Saturday night's main event between Randy, Trick Williams, Damian Priest, and Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn won the match in his hometown in front of his wife and his kid. Great moment. But do I think Sami's gonna win? No, no. I don't think Sami should win. Honestly, I mean, it's like I want Sami to be a world champion, but it's like every time he gets the opportunity, I'm like, I don't know, cause originally I thought he was gonna win the Rumble, and then win the championship, because I feel like that would have been better. But him just winning a number one contenders match and then just going to the Rumble to fight Drew, and like also the whole thing with Cody and Jacob Fatu, and I, unless they just do a regular triple threat at WrestleMania between Cody, Drew, and Jacob, I don't see Sami Zayn winning this match. It's like I, I would be happy if he did, but I don't see him winning it. Now, I would love if they prove me wrong, but I'm gonna stick with the safe choice and pick Drew McIntyre to retain the WWE Undisputed Championship. But I wouldn't be surprised if like there was interference that causes Sami Zayn to win. And also they're in Ryda, so you know they might want to have Sami win the title in front of Ryda to get a big pop. I don't. It's tough. I don't know. Like I said, this card is unpredictable, but I'm gonna stick with the safe choice and pick Drew McIntyre. Sami could win. Sami could win, but I'm gonna pick Drew McIntyre. It's tough. It's definitely 50-50, all right? Not 6-7, but it's 50-50. So I'm gonna go with Drew McIntyre. Sorry, Sami. I do hope you win, but it's like I don't see it happening. You know, I'm sorry. I'm picking Drew McIntyre. Next up, we have the Women's Royal Rumble match. This is going to be a little awkward kind of a match because they're all going to be dressed in skin-tight attires because in Saudi Arabia, women can't, you know, reveal their skin. So, yeah, that's going to be hard for anybody that comes... That's going to be hard for anybody who's the Iron Woman of the match, which means, like, they stay in there the longest, because you're going to be hot in that skin-tight suit trying to fight people. And that's due to, like, you know, them having to be in the Rumble for, like, almost an hour. But this should be a pretty good Rumble. I'm expecting to see a lot of faces, you know, lots of maybe returning faces like Paige or people we haven't seen in a while like AJ Lee, and Bianca Belair. But who I think is gonna win the Rumble, I think it's down to three girls, no, like three girly pops. I think it's gonna be between either a returning Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, or Roxanne Perez. Those are my three I think could probably win. And I say either Liv or Roxanne because Liv has, you know, gone face to face with Stephanie Vicker, you know, like teasing their little match. And plus, you know, I think Liv Morgan deserves a Rumble win, you know, especially since like Bianca has Bianca won one? Yes, she has won one. Especially because Bianca won a Rumble and Rhea won a Rumble. I think it makes sense that Liv Morgan should win one too, right? You know, because they're like the three most popular women's wrestlers of the current era. But then you have Roxanne Perez, who came close to winning last year's Rumble, but she ended up losing to Charlotte Flair. Yay. But now she has been more established. You know, she has more experience on the main roster. And I can see them doing a jealousy storyline between Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez, especially if Roxanne Perez eliminates Liv from the Rumble and she goes on to win it. The story writes itself. Or you have Roxanne, or she beats Stephanie at WrestleMania, and then immediately you have Liv Morgan turning on her because she won it and she took her opportunity to become Women's World Champion again. So I think that writes itself. Then we have Bianca Belair, who could possibly win the Women's Royal Rumble, coming back from an injury, similar to how Charlotte Flair did it last year when she came back from her injury. So I can see them just copying and pasting what they did last year with this year. And also you might want to do Bianca Belair versus the WWE Women's Undisputed Champion Jade Cargill because of the history that they share with each other. But honestly, I wouldn't be mad if either three of these women win. But overall, I think Liv Morgan is going to win the Women's Royal Rumble. And I can even see a moment where Liv Morgan eliminates Roxanne Perez, and Roxanne looks up at Liv like, "How could you do this to me?" And yeah, Liv Morgan's to be like, "It's just business," you know, and do a stupid laugh. But yeah, I think Liv Morgan is going to win the Women's Royal Rumble and go on to fight Stephanie Vicker for the Women's World Championship at WrestleMania. Finally, we have the Men's Royal Rumble. Now, there's a lot of faces in this Rumble match, and honestly, I think it can go a lot of ways, honestly. Because originally, I thought Sami Zayn was going to win the Rumble. But I was like, but then Sami got put in the Drew McIntyre match, and I don't know, but they could do a thing where they did with Becky Lynch, where Becky Lynch lost her title match earlier that night, but then she forces herself into the match. So I can see them doing that with Sami, but I feel like why would you even have Sami win if you don't want Sami to? I don't know. But there are a lot of choices, and I'm not really sure, honestly, because if Drew McIntyre walks into WrestleMania as champion, I could see Cody winning. I could see Jacob Fatu winning. It's really tough because who's world champion? CM Punk is world champion, so maybe they could do Braun Breaker. Maybe they could do Roman, or they could do Cody again, or they could do LA Knight, which is more of like a please for me. All right, because I'm a huge LA Knight fan, so like please for me have him win. But I don't really know. I really don't know who can win the men's Royal Rumble. Like genuinely, I don't know. But I have to pick somebody. I'm just originally I thought it was gonna be Sami Zayn, and it could still be Sami Zayn. But also, LA Knight hasn't been seen since he got packed up by Bronson Reed, so it's like, would he win? I don't know. It's really tough to choose who's gonna win the Rumble match because it's been built up badly. So it's like there's not really a favorite, unlike the Women's Royal Rumble. But I'm gonna just pick somebody because it's so hard to predict this, honestly. So I'm gonna cross my fingers and I'm gonna hope. I'm gonna hope. I don't know. Would they have LA Knight win? I don't know if they would have LA Knight win. But it could also be Randy Orton because they might want to have him turn heel maybe, or not, and just go after Drew McIntyre. But they might want to do Cody versus Randy at WrestleMania, which would be good. Like without the title. But they also might want to do Cody versus Drew at WrestleMania for the title and have Cody win the Rumble, or Jacob Fatu and Cody, or Roman could win. I would really like LA Knight to win, but I don't think he is. And then we have Sami Zayn. Listen, before Sami Zayn was in the match against Drew, I would have picked Sami Zayn, no problem. But now that he's in that match for the title at the Rumble, it's like there's like a slim chance that he loses that match and then goes into the Rumble. Like, because obviously I think he's going to lose that match, but him going into the Rumble after that, I just don't see that happening. I don't know. I genuinely have, I genuinely don't know who's going to win this Rumble match. Like, genuinely, I have no idea. Like, because, like, before, in the earlier years of Triple H running WWE, it was, like, kind of more predictable, but really freaking good. Like I'm talking cinema. Like, you could see what was happening, but you were happy that it was happening, and that they executed it perfectly. But nowadays, it's, like, unpredictable, and either that can be really, really good, mid, or like bad, and like what the frick are you doing? Like, why would you do that, right? So it's like really, really tough. But you know what? I have to pick somebody, and I'm not confident on it, but I'm gonna just go with LA Knight. And like that's like because I think he really deserves it, and like he needs his time, bro. Like, when is his time gonna come? All right, he should have won the Money in the Bank all those years ago, but he didn't, and it sucks. And like I think this might be the only time he'll be able to like really get that shot is if he wins the Rumble. Now I'm not confident on it, but I'm gonna lock it in. I think LA Knight is going to win the men's Royal Rumble. I'm not confident on it. Sami Zayn could come in after losing to Drew McIntyre and win the Rumble. Cody could win the Rumble. Randy could win the Rumble. Freaking Chris Jericho could win the Rumble, but I don't know. But I'm just going with LA Knight. I'm not confident on it, but I'm locking it in. But yeah, that is my predictions for all the matches on the Royal Rumble card for 2026. And honestly, it was very hard because none of these matches are like easy to predict, and like literally anybody could win any of these matches, and I can understand why, but also be like, why would you do that at the same time? So it's hard. It like this year's Rumble card is very hard to predict, but hopefully that leads to peak. Hopefully that leads to cinema. I don't know. But yeah, that has been my predictions for the 2026 Royal Rumble card. I will be live streaming it. And hopefully it's fun and it's good and not bad, and hopefully we don't get a situation where somebody like Jey Uso wins the Rumble and then like that's it and it freaking sucks. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe, do whatever you gotta do to interact with this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Kurosaki Clan. I genuinely have no idea who's gonna win anything. Like, at this point, I'm just pulling stuff out of my ass.